Oh my goodness.
I think we'll make the dirt on this one.
Well, me and Larry have met up again, and we've got like 3 or 4 places. The landowner told us of 3 or 4 places that he's kind of scouted out, and one of them is an old house from the mid 1800s. He said you can see the foundation stones. Another one is a possible long hunters camp, and then there's a house site around a well. In fact, there was 3 or 4 house sites there. Now I hunted one of those before, and I think me and Tennessee Jeff hunted it. And then a steamboat landing on the Cumberland River. Me and Larry are hunting up in a thicket that has a possibility of being a long hunters camp. I'm not going to tell you where. And out of that hole right there, my first target is a round ball. So that doesn't say long hunters, but that's still a good sign. We'll see what else we can find. My next target is a splitting wedge. Boy, that's got some use out of it. It's pretty old, you can tell, because of the lack of rust buildup on it. That'd be hand forged. That's a good find. Well, we've got an edge right there, and it's some kind of copper something.
Leave on there?
I thought it might be a flat button there for a minute, but it's not.
You know what?
Let me get it cleaned up. Is that a flying eagle? Well, it is a 1920 wheat cent. Kind of unexpected up here. But it's money.
You never know.
We moved over to another house site. This house site, we know, goes back into the 1800s. And my first signal right here is a stirrup, full-size stirrup. That's a great find. The landowner came over and they were digging, and that's one of them incidental finds right there, and a nice one too.
It was in the wrong pocket.
Landowner found the arrowhead and then he thought he dropped it, but it's in his pocket. I've got a buckle right here. It's iron. I don't know what that would come off of, but I would guess off a horse tack. I got part of a watering bit here, and you can tell that that's homemade. See how that's twisted right there? That's a handmade watering bit. There would have been another one on the other side that would have hooked right here, and you'd had another ring. That's old. I got a button here, probably an overall button, the way it looks. It's got some writing on it, but something brand, we can't tell. We've moved again. We've moved 2 or 3 times, but Larry's got an old flat button right here. And then this is a steamboat landing where we're at now. It looks like a Henry cartridge as well. So he's on the board. Larry had a monster signal right here.
Yeah, I tried to do the curse of the live dig, so it probably is a token of some kind.
I hope it is a token. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Check that out, would you? That's a Reale. That is an 8 Reale. Oh my goodness.
I think we'll make the dirt on this one.
Let me do some checking here on it, but I'm sure it's an 8 Reale. It is an 8 Reale that Larry has found. It's an 1807 by Charles IV, and you can see the back side of it right there. The pillars, everything. That is a great, great, great find. That's a once in a lifetime find for most people.
Lifetime find, yeah.
Here,
I
take
tell you
that.
what,
Let me get my shovel and get up.
There's a lot of trading went on here over the years.
We're at a steamboat landing on the Cumberland River. Cumberland River's right down there, and not going to tell you which steamboat landing because there are local people that watch this. But we were talking about Reales, and Larry has never found a Reale.
Nope. Might as well start with a big one.
I've never found an 8. I've found cut 8s, and I found half Reales. But tilt that down just a little bit. Boy, that is a beauty right there. And I told him he found a flat button just over just a little bit. And we've hunted all day, and I told him, I said, well, you found a flat button, so let's go. And then we're done, you know. And then I can get him to come back because he's driving from Clarksville, Tennessee to Tompkinsville, Kentucky.
A little over 100 miles, so
it's
well worth the trip. I'll take that any day.
It was well worth it.
Maybe DK put us on the weekly dirt. What do you think?
I don't know. He may do it. I've kind of got a connection with DK. Put that thing up closer to the camera here where I can. That's a thumbnail right there.
Up.
Good job. I sure am glad that we stopped here. Larry and I have been talking, and I told him, I said, if we find the Lone Hunters camp, there'd be a good chance of you maybe finding a piece of Spanish silver. The old 1800s, mid 1800s house be maybe a good spot to find a large cent. And Larry was pretty well skunked all day.
It's been a hard day.
Until we got to the steamboat landing right here. And what was your first signal?
Well,
flat button.
First button, the flat button,
and
about 4 feet away.
About 4 feet away, and he had a signal, and he asked me, he said, well, it was ringing up like 32 on the Equinox, and it was ringing up mighty high on mine. And he said, you want to do a live dig? And I said, no, I don't want to mess you up, you know, because we got a lot of
curse of the live dig always bites me anyway.
Yeah, we've had several of those, but I said no. And then he popped it out, and we could see a rim that was a pretty good sized rim of something that was round. And so I filmed that. You've seen that. But here's what he found. Let me see if I can get it in front of the camera here. It is an 8 Reale. And it is Charles IV, and it's 1807 is what it is. It was minted in Mexico. You can see the 8 Reale right there, and then the M for Mexico next to Rex right there. But we've fantasized about this. We've kidded about this.
There's a lot of joking just the last 2 days about actually finding one of these. So it's pretty funny that.
And I tell you what, it would have made me sick if I'd have found it. Now don't get me wrong. I want to find an 8 Reale. I've never found one. I've found a lot of Reales, but I've never found an 8. But I really wanted him to find a Reale. So
they're like starting with an 8.
I know
what
it.
Can I say?
You start. It just goes downhill Reale wise from here. But I'm so glad that he found that.
Me too.
And so glad that you guys are. This is a finding of a lifetime.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've never found anything like nothing close to it. I mean,
you know, whenever I first popped it out, the first thing that I thought was that it was a token because it looked like it had a hole in it.
Yep.
And then as I started to get it out and wipe it off, I thought it was a silver dollar at first. And then once I started rubbing everything off it, we could tell then it was a Reale. Great job. Thanks guys for joining us. We're going to do a little bit more hunting this year. Don't know that we'll top this find right here, but we're going to do we're going to do some more hunting this year. So keep watching. If you're not subscribed, we'll do.